So I may be getting back into weights. Now, it's not what you think, okay? It has been about a year now since I actually haven't done any weight stuff with GOATA. And if you've seen any of my content from way back then, a year ago, you would see me doing stuff like even a sled push and pull, belt squats. There's another machine I don't know the name of, but it was a really good position for a squat where you could load up lots of weight. And I did that for a really long time, over a year ago. And then I stopped because I started doing just plyometrics specifically for one leg, which has gotten my one leg bounce almost the same as my 2 foot bounce. So that's been really good. But I generally, when I experiment with stuff, I'm going to do it for at least a while. I would say minimum 6 months, at least maybe up to a year at least. So it's been about a year now since I've done any kind of heavy weight stuff with GOATA. And it's feeling about like a good time to get back in for a couple of reasons. One is I am feeling a little bit like my bounce has plateaued a little bit. Now, there could be various reasons for that, and I really do need to go out and test my vertical. Hopefully, I can do that sometime soon before I start all this new stuff. But I feel a little bit of plateau, so I need new stimulation, so this is a great time. Second thing is the gym that I have, they have a belt squat, and it's a little uncomfortable, but it's you get in a very good position with your GOATA squat, so very doable. And just today, it just hit me, they have this leg press. I was watching this guy do hack squats, right? And this is something maybe some of you have thought about. Why can't I just do leg press or hack squat, but with GOATA, right? Straight and narrow feet. I have my bows and corners when I'm doing the exercise. Well, again, you have to think about position of the whole body. And generally speaking, those machines have you laying back, right? So hips forward. And at the very least, like your spine and back is straight in relation to the rest of your body. Now, my gym, I don't know how this took me so long to figure this out, has a leg press where it's I don't know how to describe it, but it's rotated, right? So you're pushing the seat goes up, versus you pushing the weight up, away from the floor. I don't know how else to describe it, but I tried it today, and as long as I don't lay all the way back in the seat, I'm actually pretty excited about this. As long as I don't lay all the way back like everyone else would, and I actually keep my chest forward, hips back into the seat, which is super possible, comfortable. It's your GOATA squat. It's your bolt hold. And it's just, if you take your squat, right, from like level ground and you just tilt it a little bit, it's the same thing. So, I didn't push heavy weight on that at all because it was the first time I was trying it out, but I really liked it. So I'm thinking for this next while, what I'm going to experiment is getting back into some weights with GOATA. I'm going to use the belt squat, probably this new leg press. And one thing that I always do is I just try to go heavy just to build strength in those positions. That's it. And that's honestly pretty easy. Second thing I'm going to add that will be different is more power work. So just, having not as heavy of weight, but some weight, and then you're actually jumping with it, right? Kind of a little bit of plyometrics in a sense, but you're just trying to move weight fast. That's it. I haven't done that with GOATA like at all, unless you count sled pushes and things like that. Maybe like a landmine squat kind of thing. So I'm thinking about it. This is pretty like 80-20, decided, done deal. I'm going to do it, but still going to have to program and plan things out. But I'm excited, just again, experimenting, getting back into doing new things, trying new things out, and just rotating through, how I train. so I can keep things different for my body, keep getting adaptation. So we're going to try to test my vertical jump soon. I pray. Hopefully that works out. If not, oh well. I don't care that much. I just care to jump higher. And my training is probably going to look a little different. I'm still going to keep plyometrics. So more or less, it's like I'm kind of doing the same training all week. And then one day of the week, I'm going to just beat the heck out of my legs with heavy weights. Hopefully my schedule opens up. I can have 2 days in the weight room for a very heavy like leg day, and then the power jumping with weights day. But you want to keep that separate from plyometrics and all that stuff. So it's going to be a difficult balance, but it's what it's all about. It's experimentation. So, and then you guys get to see it and decide for yourselves. So thanks, you guys. Stick around. See you on the next one.